for your thought life, and you will win the battle over anxiety. Cognitive therapists preach this truth. They know that the way to change your reality is to move your mind toward rational thinking. Reflective listening experts try first to find the patient's feeling words. The therapist then repeats these words to the patient and asks, "Is that what you're feeling?" If the patient says yes, the therapist then begins to help the patient discern the thoughts behind the feelings. He or she knows that a bad thought life produces bad feelings. Alcoholics Anonymous refers to this bad thought life as stinking thinking. Experts who deal with alcoholism know that alcoholic behavior is rooted in wrong thinking. What the Bible says. But long before psychotherapists arrived at this conclusion, the Bible taught it. Solomon wrote, "As he thinks in his heart, so is he." Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7, New King James Version. Solomon suggests that a person's life is the result of his thoughts. The author of Job wrote, "The thing that I fear comes upon me, and what I dread befalls me." Job chapter 3, verse 25. The writer concluded that much fear and dread falls upon the person whose thoughts are chronically filled with fear and dread. Listen to the following verses from Paul. "Do not be conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Paul believed that life transformation comes from mind information. Belief causes behavior. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. Paul exhorted his readers to focus their thoughts on things that would produce healthy behaviors. We destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Christ. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5. Paul recognized that spiritual enemies are besieging your mind. To defeat them, you must take every thought captive. You cannot afford even one contrary thought against God to enter your mind. Not even one. It will eventually fester and become a toxic feeling that will lead to destructive behavior. Set your minds on things that are above. Colossians chapter 3, verse 2. Paul knew that Christians are eternal creatures. This world and all its worries are not going to exist in heaven. Therefore, you must make sure that every thought in your mind is rooted in an eternal perspective. When you look at life's issues from God's view, they become increasingly small. That's what faith is, seeing life through His eyes. Jesus taught this same truth. He said, "What comes out of a person is what defiles him. For from within, out of the heart of man, come evil thoughts, sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, coveting, wickedness, deceit, sensuality, envy, slander, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within, and they defile a person." Mark chapter 7, verses 20 through 23. Evil thoughts come from within. Then follows destructive human behavior. Jesus said that murder begins with an angry thought. Matthew chapter 5, verses 21 and 22. Adultery begins with a lustful thought. Matthew chapter 5, verses 27 and 28. Jesus clearly taught that your thoughts affect what you do. This perspective should empower your prayer life. How you think motivates how you pray. Positive thinking encourages faith-filled prayers. Negative thinking stimulates doubt and unbelief. Jesus connected thinking with prayer. He said, "If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer."